And then a couple quick ones for Travis. Congratulations on your win. You had said that you wanted to make a statement tonight. You feel like coming off that one? Talk about your performance. Were you happy with it start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm not extremely happy about that fight. I mean, for me going to the third round, it's a win. And it was a win against a very unorthodox, tricky kind of guy. His movements just threw me off, I mean, he'd throw his left and then duck his head, and I don't know. It was kind of a funky fight, It's kind of hard to really look good against that guy. But I'm happy I got the win. I got back in the win column, and whatever these guys have for me next, I'm ready.
And I have to ask, you're talking about it being a funky fight. There were 2 eye pokes. Can you kind of talk about, was the referee warning you about that? Did you think he handled it right? And then you kind of went after him. Sometimes we see an eye pokes, guys will step back. They know they poked him in the eye. Can you talk about, did you feel yourself poking you in the eye? Is that just something that you do? It doesn't matter. You fight until the referee tells you to stop. Just what was kind of going through your mind in those situations?
Yeah, again, it's one of those things where in the cage, I was apologizing up and down to Matt because, that's not my game. I don't try to, I'm not a dirty fighter, and even in the fight, when I'm like, Matt, man, I'm really sorry. I promise you, I'm not trying to do that. He's like, dude, I'm jumping in on you. He's like, it's all right. It just happens. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, man, where it's an accident. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you watch the fight, it's not like I'm moving towards him, trying to, paw at him and poke his eye. It's like every time he would jump in, I would try to back up and either hold my hand out. Third round, I think I finally started closing my fist. But, I mean, it's just part of the game, I guess. It's not, there's no malicious intent behind it.
For Dana, do you happen to have a medical update on Matt Mitrione?
Do I have a what?
A medical update on him? Any word from the hospital on exactly what the nature of the injury was and how he's doing?
Yeah, he is at the hospital, obviously his right eye, and he's getting his head checked out. But I felt like I was the only guy in the place that saw his shoulder like popping out of his skin. Did anybody else see that? I mean, apparently it got a separated shoulder, but they said it happens to him all the time.
Thanks, Dana. Travis, just quickly for you,
he
I
said
guess.
Separated shoulder from the eye poke.
Well, Travis, just to touch on that, I mean, I guess if there is controversy, what people are trying to say is, did the eye poke contribute to the swelling? You had the best view of anybody there. Was it just that clean right hand that started everything, or did you see any swelling?
Actually, I'll answer that. It did. I saw it on the instant replay. They showed it on the instant replay in slow motion. Before he hit him, his eye was fine. When he hit him, the eye just started to swell up and blow right up.
That was in the third round.
Absolutely. And then the last thing I'd have for you, Travis, is it was kind of a rough week as far as the fans. I mean, at the weigh-ins, we heard a couple boos, a little trash talk. Same thing tonight. We heard some boos, a couple, hecklers or whatever. How is that soaking in with you, having to deal with that? Do you know where it's coming from? Is it tough for you to deal with? I mean, what's the emotion like for you?
Yeah, man. I mean, people can't smash my dreams, so they try to assassinate my character, and that's what people do that aren't comfortable with themselves.